Okay, check. This is a super Jedi workout video, no doubt. And in that too, I want to start by saying that character is king in every single thing. And it really is. And it may take a lot of experiential diversity to really learn that, unless you're able to listen to an old schooler and actually receive information, not thinking that you know it all or you don't have anything to learn like most people do. Grand opportunity to really poke ahead these days, right? And be one of these super geniuses that's able to leverage large sections of the mass markets into their operational benefit. Also, nutritional benefits, smart moves. Everybody's concentrated on money these days, so I wanted to frame it first that way. But all of these growths, builds, constructions, muscle construction, stamina construction, conscious construction, all of these take diverse experience, diverse repetition, attitude of gratitude, positive attempts, not shaken by failures at all, criticisms. If you do not have haters, you're not superstar enough. You're not going hard enough. You're not frying enough small jealous minds. Your performance isn't high enough. And if you really want to lead the best of us, because small jealous minds do not matter. They shouldn't be that way. It's a total utter sickness. You can't have anyone like that in your immediate circle, or it's called self-sabotage. So as we build and we go forward and we incorporate diverse information, diverse full spectrum knowledge, diverse full spectrum wisdom, like we're just watching wisdom left and right, we're studying, we're doing 1 million reps, we've got 1,000 recoveries from tears, fails, all hardcore outputs that deserve the response title of recovery. And we're just going hard as nails, and we're really taking this serious. We really care enough. We're really putting enough time into it. As David Goggins says, if you're not getting the results you want, go harder. And this is on all fronts. This is really on all fronts across the board. I'm constantly saying, if we as a humanity took our knowledge in biodynamics as far as we've taken our knowledges in aerodynamics, oh, forget about it. We'd be a Spartan culture, right? But unfortunately, we missed that. We missed that drastically. And in fact, our health professionals and experts have gotten us into some of the worst health rates imaginable. And we can go into that for days and years, right? However, sticking to building, super building, okay, we want to go hard. We need diverse information, diverse study, diverse mindset ingredients, all of a positive, warrior, go hard nature, because all challenges in this life are just opportunities to build strong. A long enough observation in nature and you will learn from the grand teacher, everything came here to get strong. And if you stay oriented in the direction of optimizing, in the direction of enhancing, in the direction of becoming better, none of these mouth sounds do justice on what we're talking about, but they help. So if you're in that optimal direction with a intention, this is actually everything. This is one of these diverse experience things, gems, right? So either really go through hell for 50 years, or you find someone who has, or you read their book, right? And so many people miss to do these such easy, important things. Traversely, I did a study group for 3 years, every single morning, at 3 a.m., we would do we'd get up really early, go to bed really early, be super disciplined, and get up and really sharpen the blade by reading the greats and doing burpees. And gossip is illegal, celebrities don't exist, right? Just really a good epic dawn.org morning culture. This still goes on. We're still, and it will evolve. Everything that you plant, especially that's positive and with good intentions, back around. That's really the thing. Your intentions are everything. And if you intend to just enhance life, to be stronger and freer, and then even more creative if it has that capacity, then as long as that's your only intentions, and you have absolutely no ill intention, and that you don't do harm. Don't harm stuff when it's not necessary. When you have to eat, okay, that's acceptable. And if you're eating with this incredible attitude of gratitude for this beautiful life and this beautiful feast, and the feast is taken at the right age and circumstance and ripeness, right? Whatever word you want to use, and everything's conscious, and you really get a superhuman handle on this biodynamics thing when you read Rudolf Steiner's Power of Nutrition, Biodynamic Agriculture, and any of his other, pay attention to the greats. Look at these geniuses. As Einstein says, pay attention to nature, you'll understand everything better. We came here to get strong. What did I say at the beginning of this video? Character is king. Character is everything. I have to work on it immensely. Do I have this perfect James Bond physique? Do I have that samurai embodiment of no matter what violence goes on around me, my underwaters stay calm, and I'm the most optimally executed orational masterpiece even in the face of absolute chaos? No, I haven't reached those maximum levels of excellent character yet, but I tell you this, and there's not many of them exist. Definitely not in politics, definitely not in celebrities, most likely not in anyone that you look up to right now, but out there at the top of the hill, just like in the Kung Fu Master movie, and these, there are diamonds peppered across this planet of such nature that have achieved those levels, and I have had the pleasure of knowing them, a few of them, and let me tell you, when they come into the room, the difference is clear. The respect that is commanded, and a real ingredient here is these people do have valid pedigrees, that they've climbed up to get to where they've been. And that timeline is also peppered with diamond action, right? So this is repetitive, not missing, not slipping, not breaking character. The blade just gets sharper, not duller. And trust me, if it's not getting sharper, it is getting duller, no doubt about it, or you're just not using it, which is even worse. So pay attention to nature, 1 million repetitions, 1,000 recoveries. Your first reps are going to look terrible. You have to get started. It's those who try that succeed. It's great now because hardly anyone does. Everybody's out of shape. Building yourself into the valiant hero, and I'm trying to put you into a great position with God. For me personally, there is nothing more important to me than getting my wings in stage 2. All right? And all of these strengths for me are in line with intentional gratitude for this body, for this opportunity. So I want to try to do my best at every step of the game. I want to try to do the right things. If there's children in need or anything like this. Now, how does this have to do with working out? Everything. These dynamics are likely the most important dynamics to becoming truly strong, right? To becoming truly strong in a completely all-natural way inside the diversity as intended by nature, okay? And it really becomes a superhuman thing. So what am I gonna say? Exercise diversity, experiential diversity, hell, geographic diversity, but number one, nutritional diversity.com. This is a free concept. King nutrition for all. The kings feast that no king ever feasted. No, but because they did. Because this is really superhuman science right here. I've never done steroids. I'm not the liver king. There's no way I could make a cake with syringes in it and have it on the Andrew Schultz show and say, I don't even know where to get the guy, and make that joke, be that type of liar. Like, that is crazy liar. I'm talking about the liver king. That's crazy liar. No, could I ever do that? Would I ever trust someone who ever did that? I'd be an idiot. And, anyway, would I ever respect someone who was, no, there's no need to do that. There's no need to deceive a bunch of people. Prince of Deception, this is like baby step shit here. You know what I'm saying? You need to be honest, or you don't love the people that you're talking to. You don't respect the people that you're talking to. And for them to respect you after you're lying to their face is fucking some ridiculous programming bullshit. You know what I mean? Some pussy shit. So anyway, and that's what I'm saying. In physics, in science, we conceptualize an enterprise, and then we go out and we design it, right? Same thing with all of this stuff that you see here in the physical world. It had a design first. It had a molecular structure first. We know that. So this is all mindset. Is character not a huge point in your mindset? For sure it is. That's why that is the more than shutting down your own endocrine system and physiological production. Study biology, okay? What are you gonna do if you can't get the steroids? And what happens to your mindset when you know half of what you're doing is off of this needle? Fake shit is fake shit, sorry. I know it really takes a super real dude to tell you that, but remember who that super real dude is. And remember who's telling you, because a lot of people just don't even care. And they're happy to see you fall. They're happy to see you not enhance, not become optimal, not, you know what I mean, run with a better tribe because you're a better member for a tribe, right? They want you to stay in the worm camp with them. Okay. These dynamics of character and doing the right thing and being strong the right way are incredibly important as far as I can tell in my super diverse experience, which debatably whoever compared to whoever, I'm not trying to, but I would like to just offer my clear intentions with this is truly to leave something behind for one person that is actually effective in enhancing their life. And surely, secondary to that, anyone else that it could possibly help. I know it feels good to be me. I'm just right behind the steroid guys in muscle, in build, and in strength. You know what I mean? But I didn't shut down my own production. I'm not dependent on the needle. I didn't take years off the top of my life, and I'm trying to map out a better way for everybody to do this all natural. Because really my mission is complete optimization, and that includes you need to go to small farmers who can grow diverse produce or farmers markets and support your brothers and sisters and not the chemical companies who are cancering everybody, okay? And bring that food to your grandmother and everybody else too. If they don't get the message, you can get it for them and then build that character. All right, so now when we're in the gym, we're doing diverse exercise, cables like this. We're gonna pay attention to joints, because medical science and advancement, even in the mistakes, are super important. And we figured out that when joints deteriorate, if you tear a joint and that joint starts to deteriorate, the body reads that and kicks into overall aging. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna pay attention to the physical therapy books on joint repair, and we're gonna do tons of that stuff all the time and have the most superest, youthful joints, telling our body to stay young and ready to go directly, and protecting ourselves from injury in those most common injury places, which would be the joints. Thank you, JP Killer, for re-implementing the lower back raises. That should be thousands a week. Sit-ups, leg lifts, thousands a week. All of this stuff because hernia, one of the most inside leg things. High rep, especially starting out, right? The super hook makers, and I'm telling you, man, in my life experience, these are super hook makers, right? And you want to open up the back too. These are all the acupuncture points, some of the most, right? Chinese drums. You know, I'm realizing some of these vital explanations. Feet shoulder width apart, pick a 6 on the wall, as if a pole is driven through the top of your head and out your crotch into the floor. You just rotate on this perfect axis on that pole. And then you just keep looking at that 6 point on your 6. And you just do this, and I do it as a pee feed. Before I walk into the bathroom, I do that for 1 minute. And then I'm doing thousands of those a day. It aligns your spine, it gets your hips, it keeps your knee joints, it addresses your ankles. You have to do this. I have everybody that I love and care about doing this all the time. Before I jump off the phone with them, I'm making sure I'm asking, are you doing your pee feeds? Are you staying young? Are you being smart? Are you being all these other dummies who ignore some of these incredible, easy, vital things to do that really do add up over time? Like studying the greats, like building character, like when there's an opportunity to do something excellent, do it. You know what I mean? Definitely, the karma will ride you in some kind of way if there's some heroic shit right here that you were supposed to have done and you don't do it, right? So jump when it's time to jump, have that attitude, but also operate with complete class, dignity, and the intention to enhance and free life. And I really do think that there's a real biodynamic situation there that adds a lot of strength in every category of your physiology and metaphysiology too. So, and once again, you know, my intention, I really do hope I'm leaving an effective and essential ingredient that a lot of people are missing, man, that is super, super powerful. And we're just building a stack, right? You already see it in supplements. The guys who really stack and really measure their food and track their macros and really put a lot of investment into it and get all the different stuff, those guys are doing a little bit, you know, unfortunately, a lot of them are shooting steroids, and I think that's a huge mistake. And please pay attention to the ChatGPT confirmation in my shorts on the best way to do peptides. Nutritional diversity diet. Look, guys, if I can help you be extremely healthy and extremely strong in the gym, you start breathing real deep in through your nose, out through your mouth, using your full lung capacity. I tell people you can get a $20 finger blood oximeter reader, and you want to see 98, 99 on that thing, and continue this really animalistic breath mantra in the gym and keep that thing rocking at 89, 99, and you will be blood oxygen science is real. If you learn how to really oxygenate and fully nutrify your body, you will have your optimal performance. You will be at your optimal performance state. And so many people lack the instruction and the action to put themselves into that state, which also causes earlier aging than necessary, right? And while I do think peptide technology is absolutely excellent, I don't think you want to start shooting yourself with stuff all the single time. I don't know that all production of this stuff is immaculate and there's never error, or, you know what I mean? And I just don't feel like when you shoot something that your body already produces in a natural way, you run the risk of telling your body not to produce it anymore. And we know that that happens in so many cases with so many injectable deliveries like that. And there's an all-natural system that we can focus on and upgrade that also upgrades the complete optimization, including our ecology, by supporting the small farmer, getting the real deal diverse. And like I said, have ChatGPT verify it for you on your ChatGPT, on your Grok, on your whatever. Give me 60 plus plant species, a lot of them wild. Give me nose to tail, diverse animal species, including organs, nose to tail animal species, incredible recipes, and tell me what a diet like that constantly all year long is compared to peptides. Which would be better, shooting the peptides or doing it the real way, right? I'm telling you, this will revolutionize your life. If you really love everyone that you care about and you love yourself, you'll start to incorporate this stuff. A lot of people look at me like, oh, this is crazy talk, or, you know what I mean? Maybe they think I'm like the liver king and I shoot steroids, but I think most people can tell. But my gym performance, okay, and that's another thing I just want to discuss real quick at the end of this video, is conditioning. You know, me and my gym wrecking associate were just discussing earlier in our murderous session that, you know, conditioning on the track, you can build your run all over the place, but then you hit the jiu-jitsu mat and you're like, oh, this is a whole nother set of conditioning. And then, oh, look, lo and behold, the boxing ring, a whole different set of conditioning. So, you know, you really get dynamic and you really start to see, oh, wow, yeah, every natural animal in nature, all they do is eat and train. What are we doing? And I'll just end it there, and with a prayer that you guys get in the gym, take the first steps, be the ones who moved. Don't want to, you know, have that discipline to not do all the stupid distraction stuff. No Netflix. I never watch Netflix. Netflix is illegal. I don't want to hear about Netflix. You know what I mean? If you slip up and tell me about how you're on season 3 and I'm sitting here calculating how many hours you just wasted, and I'm just like, holy fuck. I just looked at you, you know, any A gamer just looked at you, and a whole different, these dynamics of every moment and every direction are so super important, you know, and I've been learning myself how to weed my garden of action and planning and progress and concentration. And I'm so glad that I associate with other people who are obviously trying to, you know what I'm saying? And I think that if there was even a crew, I might as well just offer the idea. If there was a new culture, a new crew, and I think some of them are starting, in fact, to where people really did have that class example and that class requirement. And, you know, we're not yelling, we're not getting irritated, we're not, you know, we're in really control and respect of each other, but we're saying what needs to be said, and we're drawing boundaries, and, you know what I mean? But we're really conducting ourselves as true samurais, just clear, very respectful, just like the samurai, just like the cowboy. You know what I mean? Just like when you're locked up with people or whatever, all these different environments. Just like if two guys are holding rifles or know how to kung fu down, you are going to be very respectful. Stephen Herod Bonner, another natural observist, expert, obsessed with nature, person, author, you know, unless I'm misquoting this. But anyway, there's a really incredible quote out there that's so true. that a lot of people actually miss because their intentions are in the wrong place when they're having their natural experience. So if you have a natural experience, a vision quest, a whatever you want to call it, a time that everyone should take to find themselves and meditate and be alone and care enough, right, and have the character enough to really develop and grow and make that relationship with nature. That is another thing we have all missed that is very dynamic and should really be built over like a 20-year period, very constantly and in a dedicated fashion. That is a superpower right there. How could it not be? How could it not be? Just like the drug addict is seriously separated from nature and is on all these crazy chemicals and he's way outside of his optimal shape. If you come all the way back to nature with this diaper, you will get younger by the day. Your performance will go up, right? You will turn into a lion. And then but you have to put the diverse activity to it. The hardcore diverse activity, you know, and that is what I really see is the thing, you know what I mean? Is yeah, we've all got such a long way to go there in the right way to go there, and but we're going there, and it's great, and it's beautiful, and it's positive, and we just keep going, and that's it. And there's not always fireworks, and there will be plateaus, and there will be setbacks. But the more intelligent, wise, backed by diverse experience, the less you will see the bench, and the more you will just see constant growth. You know, that guy will be ahead of the same you that didn't care enough. Yeah, so I super love everybody, and I hope this was a good reminder, right? Because we constantly need those course corrections. You gotta keep putting it in to keep putting it out. And I just want to make these nice concentrated injections of mindset, you know, that you can take in there and really put it out, right? And we are tapping into our primal place. This is where we are animals in the jungle. You should be listening to hardcore music, if any music at all, and you should have nothing but tackling and tearing apart on your mind. This is, you know, you're not going to think about daisies, watering your daisies when you're in the gym, right? This is another very important part about doing this the right way, is you really want to tap into those right metaphysics and channeled in, you know, and again, don't get upset with yourself. Don't even take the time to do that. Concentrate on your breath mantra and just keep going. And because you're going to get knocked down, and what you have to do right away is blow out all your air, because you don't want the air knocked out of you. Diverse experience. All right, trust me, you don't want the air knocked, so you blow out all your air and you roll fast. You know what I mean? Don't worry, don't make a habit of getting, and just keep going hard. As soon as that little voice, all right, that's it. Now you're gonna get it. Hua.